Chinese hospitals are hiding the darkest secret of the 21st century. The secret until now has been mostly allegations and speculation, but an official tribunal has been investigating this secret for the past 12 months, and they just came forward to confirm that the rumors are true. Welcome back to Inform Overload. We do the news and spill the tea. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Why don't you hit that sub button for the spiciest news updates on YouTube, and make sure those notifications are turned on by clicking the bell so you never miss an upload. So I'm about to serve you an update on a story that we did a few weeks ago called Chinese Hospitals Hide the World's Darkest Secret. If you want to watch that video, it is clickable on your screen right now, but if you're still here, here is the deal. There were many allegations surfacing about prisoners in China, specifically prisoners of conscience, who were imprisoned because of political or religious reasons. Prisoners like practitioners of Falun Gong, a spiritual practice that involves meditating and exercises, and a moral philosophy that centers around truthfulness and compassion. That is right, people in China are put in prison for meditating and practicing non-violent spirituality and religion. Falun Gong is a popular religion in China that's attracted millions of followers after 1999. But because it has so many followers, the Chinese Communist Party sees Falun Gong as a threat. And prisoners from these religious minorities are not only being imprisoned, they're being killed for their organs, and their organs are being harvested without their consent, with no financial charge. The hope was that this practice stopped a long time ago. China has said before that it complies with international medical standards. They admitted that the practice did occur in China, but it stopped in the 2000s. Back in March of 2007, the Chinese State Council put in regulations on human organ transplant, stating that human organ donation must be done voluntarily. China then said in 2014 that it would stop using executed prisoners for organ transplants, but so many witnesses were coming forward with allegations, and that was causing a lot of concern. And now it turns out that those concerns are not misplaced. Very little information about medical malpractice comes out of China, but an independent tribunal has officially concluded that forced organ harvesting in China is still a problem to this day. The China Tribunal was set up to try and find out if China is still partaking in the practice of forced organ harvesting from prisoners in China. The tribunal was also set up to investigate if any criminal offenses have been committed by the state or by organizations or individuals approved by the state. They have been investigating for the last 12 months. They questioned experts, investigators, witnesses, analysts, and law experts, and they also examined many investigative reports and academic papers. And according to the chair of the tribunal, Sir Jeffrey Nice QC, there was unanimous determination at the end of the hearing that forced organ harvesting is still occurring in China, and the source of those organs are members of the religious group Falun Gong. So what is the evidence to back this up? These are some pretty intense claims. If these allegations are true, then China is committing gross human rights violations right under our noses. So according to the report, within the Chinese transplant system, waiting times are said to be extremely short by international standards, and at times, transplants of vital organs like full livers and heart can be booked in advance. When you need an organ in China, the wait time is a couple of weeks. Here's a direct quote from the report. The conclusion shows that very many people have died indescribably hideous deaths for no reason, that many more may suffer in similar ways, and that all of us live on a planet where extreme wickedness can be found in the power of those, for the time being, running a country with one of the oldest civilizations known to modern man. There is no evidence of the practice having been stopped, and the tribunal is satisfied that it is continuing. The tribunal believes that up to 90,000 transplants are performed in China every year, which is a much higher number than the number that's from an official government source. There have been over 1 million transplants performed in China since the year 2000, making China one of the leaders in organ transplants. But the thing that makes that confusing is that there aren't that many people who sign up to be organ donors in China, because many Chinese people have a problem with donating their organs after death. The report suggests that this practice has been going on since as far back as the 70s. There's also medical testing being carried out in Chinese jails. Because of the low wait times, there are people traveling to China from other areas of the world for their organ transplant procedures. In Western countries, you can wait months if not years for an organ, and many people die waiting. In order to get your organ, you have to wait for someone to die. That's how you move up the list. Someone who needs an organ more than you, or someone who has been on the list longer, will get that organ first. But this is not the case in China. According to a Falun Gong activist, Jennifer Zhang, who was imprisoned for a year at a female labor camp, prisoners were subjected to repeated medical checkups and blood tests. They are interrogated about what diseases they have, at which point Jennifer said that she had hepatitis. About a month later, everyone at the labor camp was handcuffed and put in a van, and then they were taken to a large hospital for another physical checkup. The prisoners were then given x-rays. And on the third time, blood was taken from the prisoners. Zhang fled China in 2001, but she didn't directly witness any evidence of forced organ removal. To make matters worse, inmates at the labor camp were prohibited from exchanging contact details. There was no way that they could find each other after they released. Every time someone left the camp, Jennifer Zhang assumed that they had been sent home, but there was no way to confirm that. She has no way of tracing other prisoners, and she fears that they were taken taken to a hospital to have their organs removed and killed in the process. To this day, China insists it complies with medical standards. The Chinese government declined to participate in this tribunal. The cat's out of the bag. China is committing gross human rights violations. But what is going to be done about that? Or what should be done about it? Why don't you let me know your thoughts on this story down there in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features. Blue said, I've been watching IO since they started and never got featured. Wow. Well, maybe I just didn't see your comment. Jeez. Little Rock Girl said, me and my friends say what's Gucci? Just us? We're from the UK. No, it's not just you. I sometimes say it too, but then I get ripped apart in the comments. Vanilla Orchid said, I watch this instead of the news because of the potato queen. Thank you. Mark Fletcher said, please do a blooper reel, I want to see it. We already made a couple of those actually. Search the dark truth about inform overload and thank me later. Hibiscus Valley said, guys, go back to the short videos. You can do the same thing or better in 2 minutes, stop the long vids. But this is inform overload, not inform underload. That is it for me and thanks for watching. But if you want to keep watching, we put together a playlist for you with a bunch of videos just like this one. And obviously if you enjoyed this video or if you learned something today, you should leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I will see you in a future IO video.